Um, Jane, let me ask you something. To be honest, I'm a little embarrassed. Do you ever feel like the universe just, I don't know, stole 2 hours of your day? Like you looked at the clock, blinked, and suddenly it's lunch. It's like those 2 hours just evaporated into thin air.
Every single Tuesday, Lucas. Or honestly, any day that ends in Y. It's that weird feeling where you know you were conscious, but you have absolutely no memory of what you achieved. Why? What happened this time? Did you get lost in a grocery store again? Or were you staring at the back of a cereal box for 20 minutes trying to understand the ingredients?
No, worse. Well, okay, maybe not worse, but definitely more ridiculous. I sat down this morning at 8 a.m. to check one email. Just one, a quick reply to a friend, you know? 10 seconds, tops. And then, I don't even know how it happened. I ended up watching a 15-minute documentary on how they make those tiny little umbrellas for tropical drinks.
Oh no, not the tiny umbrellas. Those things are a dangerous trap. They look so innocent and colorful, but they'll eat your whole morning if you aren't careful.
I mean, they're actually really cool, right? There's a whole process with the bamboo and the paper, and this one guy has been doing it for 40 years. But anyway, 2 hours later, I realized I hadn't even opened the email I meant to reply to. I felt so empty and a little bit dizzy. Like I just threw my entire morning in the trash and then walked around in circles.
Honestly, we've all been there. It's that feeling of, where did the time go? It's like a fog that settles over your brain and you just drift through it. And that is exactly what we're talking about today. Welcome back to English Learn HQ, everyone. I'm Jane.
And I'm Lucas. This is the place for real English, real talk, and hopefully, real progress. We want to skip the boring textbooks and those repeat after me exercises that make you feel like a robot. We're talking about life, habits, and how to actually get things done.
Right. Today, we're diving deep into the art of not wasting your life. Because let's be real, time is the only thing we can't buy more of. We can earn more money, we can make new friends, but we can't get back that Tuesday morning Lucas spent on paper umbrellas. It's a non-renewable resource. Oh, but before we get into the heavy stuff, if you're enjoying the show, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and lets us keep making these episodes for you.
Yeah, and maybe share this with that friend who is always so busy, but somehow knows every single detail about every new show on Netflix and what every celebrity ate for breakfast. Haha, we see you. We know you have the time. You're just spending it on the wrong stuff. So, Jane, you mentioned something interesting earlier. Living on autopilot. I think we all sort of know what that feels like, that kind of zombie mode. But what does that actually look like specifically for a language learner?
Good question. I think it's when you just go through the motions, but your brain isn't, awake. It's like when you're driving home from work and you suddenly arrive at your house, but you don't actually remember the drive. You didn't see the trees. You didn't notice the traffic lights. You were just on a mental loop.
Oh, I do that all the time. It's actually a bit scary when you think about it. You're physically there, but mentally, you're light years away.
It is, and in English learning, it looks like this. You're listening to an English podcast, maybe even this one right now, while you're thinking about your grocery list or that annoying thing your boss said 3 hours ago. You're technically studying because you have English in your ears, but the language is just background noise. It's not hitting your brain. You aren't processing the words.
Right. It's like being a passenger in your own life instead of the one actually driving the car. You're moving, but you're not in control of the direction.
Exactly. And let's be honest, the biggest thief of our focus, the thing that puts us on autopilot faster than anything else, is, well, we all know it, the smartphone, the dopamine machine in your pocket.
Uh-oh, guilty as charged. I actually find myself reaching for my phone without even thinking about it. Sometimes I'll unlock it, look at the home screen, and then forget why I even picked it up. It's like a physical reflex, like blinking.
That's the definition of autopilot. It's a habit loop. You're not choosing to waste time. Your thumb is just moving on its own. And the problem is, these apps are literally designed by geniuses to keep you there. They want you to go down the rabbit hole because that's how they make money. They want you in that scroll coma.
Okay, so how do we stop the scroll coma? Give us some hope here, Jane. How do I beat the tiny umbrellas and the endless scrolling? Is there a way to actually win?
Okay. Tip number 1 is one of my absolute favorites, and it's surprisingly easy. I call it the gap strategy.
Gap time? Is that like pocket time or dead time?
Yeah, basically. It's those tiny spaces of time between activities. You know, we often think we need a big block of time to study. We tell ourselves, I'll study for 2 solid hours on Saturday afternoon. But then Saturday comes. You're exhausted from the week, and you end up wasting those 2 hours because the task feels too big.
Stop describing my life so accurately, Jane. It's getting a little too real.
I'm describing all our lives, Lucas. But look, if you wait for the perfect 2 hours, you'll never find them. They don't exist. Instead, look for the 5-minute gaps. Waiting for the microwave to beep? That's 2 minutes of English. Sitting on the bus? That's 10 minutes. Waiting for a friend who, let's be honest, is always 5 minutes late?
Hey, I told you I was learning about the history of bamboo. I was being cultural.
Haha. But seriously, if you use those 5-minute gaps to learn just 3 new English words or listen to one short news clip, you aren't adding a stressful study session to your day. You're just rescuing time that was going to be wasted anyway. It's like finding $5 in an old pair of jeans. It's free time.
I really love that phrase. Rescuing time. It makes me feel like I'm on a mission. Like I'm saving my own potential from the trash can 1 minute at a time. So that's great for the small moments. But, what about the environment? Sometimes I really want to study, but I sit at my desk and my phone is right there. And my bed is right there and I can hear the TV in the other room.
This is a huge one. Most people think they fail because they have weak willpower, but usually they just have a bad room. This is tip number 2. Design your environment for success.
A bad room? Like the walls are the wrong color? Does feng shui help with English?
Not quite. I mean, if your phone is sitting right next to your computer, you will check it. It's too easy. You're making it easy for the time thief to walk right in the front door. You're practically inviting him for tea.
So I should, what? Throw my phone out the window? Lock it in a safe?
Well, maybe just put it in the other room. It sounds silly, but if I really need to focus, I put my phone in a kitchen drawer. If I have to physically stand up and walk 10 steps to check a notification, I'm much less likely to do it. My laziness actually helps me stay focused. On the other hand, I leave my English book on top of my pillow. So when I go to bed, it's the first thing I see. I don't have to go looking for it.
I see. So you're creating friction for the bad habits and removing friction for the good ones. You're making the good habit the path of least resistance.
Exactly. It's about being intentional before the temptation even starts. You're setting a trap for your future self. But a good trap. One that helps you grow.
Okay, so we've rescued some time, we've moved the phone. But what about that specific moment where you're just stuck? You know the one, you have a big task. Maybe writing a long, important email in English. And you're just procrastinating. You're staring at the white screen and the blinking cursor, and it feels like the cursor is mocking you.
Oh, I have a secret weapon for that. It's a classic. I use it every single morning when the alarm goes off, and I want to hit snooze for the 10th time. I call it the 3-2-1-go rule.
Simple enough. So how does it work? Is it just a countdown? Do I need a stopwatch?
No stopwatch needed. When you feel that, maybe I'll do it later, feeling. When you feel the procrastination starting to itch, and you're about to open a new tab, you just count down. Out loud, if you can. 3, 2, 1. And on 1, you must move your body. Stand up, open the laptop, type the first, even if it's a terrible word. Just break the frozen state.
It's like a rocket launch. You don't think about the weather or the destination. You just ignite the engines and leave the ground.
Precisely. It stops your brain from overthinking and coming up with excuses. If you think for more than 5 seconds, your brain's inner lawyer will talk you out of it. He'll say, "Oh, Lucas, you've had a long day. You're tired. You deserve a break. Let's see if there are any more documentaries about tiny umbrellas, or maybe cocktail napkins."
Haha, you've caught me again. It's true though. My brain is a very high-paid lawyer. It can convince me that sleeping until noon is actually strategic recovery.
We all have that lawyer in our heads. He's very convincing. The 3-2-1 rule just fires the lawyer and gets the work started.
Wow, okay. We covered a lot of ground today, and my brain feels a lot more awake than it did this morning. Let's do a quick breakdown of the phrases we used for everyone listening.
First one, go through the motions. This is a great one to describe that autopilot feeling. It means doing something because you have to, or out of habit, but without any real heart, energy, or focus. For example, I was so tired I was just going through the motions during my English class. I was nodding my head, but I didn't learn a single thing.
Then we had rescuing time. Like we said, it's about taking those small gap moments. The 2 minutes here and 5 minutes there, and turning them into something productive.
And my personal favorite, which Lucas is now the king of, the rabbit hole. Lucas, you want to explain this one again for the people in the back?
With pleasure. It's when you start doing one small thing, like looking up how to spell a word, and you get so distracted by related links and videos that you end up miles away from where you started and hours later. For example, I went down a YouTube rabbit hole and now I know everything about 18th century fashion and tiny umbrellas, but I still haven't finished my English homework.
And one more. Time thief. We mentioned this earlier when talking about how our phones steal our focus. A time thief is anything that takes away your time without giving you anything good in return. For example, social media is a major time thief. If you're not careful, it will steal 4 hours of your day before you even realize it.
So before we wrap this up and I go finally reply to that email, Jane, what's the homework for our English Learn HQ family today?
Let's make it a time thief challenge. Today, I want you to just notice, and this is the most important part, without being mean to yourself or feeling guilty. Just notice how many times you went on autopilot.
Like a scientist watching a lab rat. Oh, look, the rat is scrolling again. Interesting.
Exactly. Just notice it. And then try the 3-2-1 rule just once. When you're about to do something you know is a waste of time, or when you're afraid to start your English practice, count down. 3, 2, 1, and just do it.
And then please tell us in the comments. What is your biggest time thief? Is it a specific mobile game, an endless news feed? Or are you secretly a fan of tiny tropical umbrellas too? We really want to know.
Leave a comment below. We genuinely love reading your stories and your sentences. It makes us feel like we're all in this together, fighting the tiny umbrellas of life.
Anyway, that's all for today at English Learn HQ. Thanks for spending your time with us. You didn't waste it. You invested it in your future self. And that's a big deal.
So true. Until next time, be intentional, stay curious, and maybe try leaving your phone in the kitchen for 10 minutes.
And keep learning. Wait, I did it. I didn't say the old names. I'm getting better.
You're doing great, Lucas. You've got the momentum now. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Incredible work today. You just spent 15 minutes improving your English and your mindset. If you're ready for more, check out our video on daily routine English hacks right here. Your journey to fluency continues now.